In our mandatory English college writing class, we had to do a 8-page research paper, and we had to do 5 annotated bibliographies that had to be 2 pages. And I was one of the very few people in my class that actually knew what an annotated bibliography was.
Oh, that's cool.
So I could just breeze through the assignment.
Last year I built a boat for my capstone, and this year during graphics in my engineering classes, I was able to actually use what I did in that class, in the capstone, to model my boat on an animation program. And then I used that to analyze the aspects of the boat that I built, and I ran it through flow simulations, and I was able to do a lot of stuff with that. And my professor was extremely impressed with the capstone work that we had done, and I showed him all of my portfolio and stuff, and he really, really liked it.
Do you think it gave you an edge up in the class?
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely helped me because I had a starting point of where I wanted to do things.
Those students that didn't have a capstone, what did they have to do?
They were not as good as reporting, especially, their reports weren't very good. Their oral presentations were definitely not up to par with what some of the kids there was one other person in my group that did have to do a capstone in high school, and his oral presentation skills and mine were significantly better than everyone else's. And you could tell. And presentation-wise too, our presentation formats, we had a trifold board, we had to make a PowerPoint, and our stuff was much better than everyone else's, you could tell.
It definitely helped me a lot. It was all worth it. When I was in school, I had to apply for a job on campus, so I had that as part of my resume because it was a big part of what I did here and accomplished here. And the person that was interviewing me for the job asked me a lot about it because it was on my resume, and it was something awesome to bring up. I talked about how I marketed the trip, and I went on Costa Rica because a big part of the job that I was applying for was doing promotions for different events that they have at the Career Services office. So she really saw that as an experience that I had that would help me develop in the job. And recently, I think it was a couple days ago, I had an interview for an internship at an accounting firm, and they asked me about it on my resume also, so I talked a lot about how I promoted the trip in the school and how I got different people interested and more people interested, and how that helped me.
So you're finding that by putting it on your resume, it's giving people that you're talking to for jobs?
Yeah, they're catching, I catch their eye by putting it on my resume.
It helped me a lot, especially with organization and stuff like that. But as I was going through the admissions process, I was contacted by my advisor just recently, and they're starting a restorative justice, what they're calling a task force at the school. And they thought that the experience I had from doing capstone in high school would help, because the task force usually takes capstone students from college and has them work with the other students. But they've asked myself and one other person in a capstone in high school to join this program. So it's definitely given me that opportunity. It was a great experience.